Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing out there tonight? Or anybody at all? What is everybody up to this weekend? Um, this here is specifically pretty much for Lennox and Addington. The hell? Shit. This is for Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police. Spencer Mills, 14716. Ex-Chief. Staff Sergeants. Shannon Cork. Robert Kane. Robert Lucas. The one that says he can F people, kill them, get away with it, money, badge, family, town council. To Robert Kane, to Stacy, a mental health worker, and to Shelley Hafner, to Dr. Tatiana V, aka Margie V, Lennox and Addington County General Hospital. The one that signed my death certificate pretty much to keep me blacklisted and from helping and from to help keep me from getting help and being taken serious about what has taken place with me, by whom, how, and why. To Dr. Joy Hadley, and she is also Tatiana is also Stacy's girlfriend, the one now in Kingston, mental health worker. There's Joy Hadley, there's Dr. Waldron, there's Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Barton, Dr. McGregor, triage nurse Terry, triage nurse Tanya, and triage nurse David. And there is a paladin security guard. There is inmate, sex offender, human trafficker, drug trafficker, Hells Angels, MC, Ontario chapter leader, lives at 149 Center Street North here in Napanee, Ontario. Goes by the name of William Bill Wooldridge or Woods. There is also Tyler Lake. There is a Blair Hardy who is allegedly Bandito MC leader. There is Javen Alstein. There is a guy here in Napanee also that lives on East Street. He has a white deaf pit bull. His name is Ray Ray. He has a roommate named Sam. There is a guy named Mike. He is homeless. He lives in a tent or a trailer here in Napanee. There is a Maggie Falls. There is a who is a drug trafficker and an undercover. There is a Bert Hustler. Shelley Barchet, Tyler Lake's mother. There is a Michelle. There's a woman that lives on the corner of Center Street and Thomas. Side door entrance. She is obese. Has reddish blondish hair. A guy named Curtis lives there too, and they all use this on me. Are all guilty of, they all use remote narrow monitoring on me. They are causing my identity theft. They are co-offenders and human traffickers, drug traffickers, human sex trade slavery traffickers, identity thieves, financial thieves. With and for O.P.P, Billy Wooldridge and Blair Hardy are guilty of murdering, stalking, and murdering my mother in 2020, using what is called remote narrow monitoring on her with her age, her EMFs, and radiation from it. Caused cancer, caused tumors, caused her death, was with intent to do this to me. I am the end of my bloodline. This is a revenge retaliation crime on me for speaking of police crimes back in 2020, the human homeless trafficking, that was taking place here and the homeless exploitation for monetary gain and other crimes. As a result, I became a victim. Back in 2019, I was shot by the ex-chief, him in a black truck, him and somebody in a black truck. He went by, he waved at me, I waved back. When I waved back, the black truck pulled up, they pointed something at me and they shot it and it went into my right ear. And that is when all my medical problems started. I had no problems prior to that. I hadn't even been to a hospital or a doctor in approximately 10 years almost. And that's when my problems started, was after that. The lies, the time buying, the cover-ups, the arrest refusals, and everything else. Me being medically blacklisted, not being taken serious, being medically discriminated against with criminal negligent intent by the doctors named here who were co-committers with and for Lennox and Addington County, Napanee, Ontario Provincial Police. Everybody is conveniently untouchable and unarrestable because who they are and who they work for, O.P.P. And they're also Hells Angels, so they're the ones that give the orders to the cops here in Napanee. And if anybody, earlier I did a video, this whole right side of my face was completely swelled up and pushed over, and now it's back over to the left side. My head and my skull has been deformed about 50 different shapes and sizes. I've shown it and proven it and not been able to do anything about it. I have been skull split. I have been brain injured. I get the remote neural monitoring on me every single day, 24/7. And from the EMFs and everybody else passing it around and broadcasting through me constantly. That's being done in hopes to mentally screw me up. That's being done so I'm not talking about this so everybody gets away with it. It's being done in hopes that, I don't talk about it or show it so everybody gets away with this. I am the end of my bloodline. So you're guilty of murdering my mother, O.P.P, through Wooldridge and Blair Hardy. But you're also guilty of murdering a bloodline as well, doing it for revenge, retaliation for somebody speaking up to try to save lives against you. This here right now, this is Chris, but it's not me, and that's no excuse. I've been brain fucked for so long and being broadcasted through for so long and being mentally screwed up for so long, with me not being able to do anything and get any help medically or any other way. This is done and it will be turned around because time has been bought. I guarantee you this will be turned around on me. I have William Bill Wooldridge's prisoner tracking on me illegally for part of this identity theft, and I also have the remote neural monitoring on me, so I read as him 20, or so I read as him. I'm getting seriously broadcasted through from the remote neural monitoring from Tyler Lake and Jabin Allstein, who were just conveniently sitting back at their mommies, and over at Ray Ray's and Blair Hardy on Water Street, and the girl next door above the wine store to me, and the bakery where he hangs out with a disabled woman. And that's probably where he collects welfare checks from because he does commit welfare fraud, disability fraud, and thefts, identity thefts and frauds, obviously. Murdering victims. This is how O.P.P traffic. This is how they frame. And this is how they commit homicide right here in Napanee. They even have a justice of the peace to aid them in their crimes and refuse arrest and make accusations, even with proof against victims stating that they're high on marijuana and hallucinating being sodomized. I don't fucking think so. My head has been flattened, it's been rounded out, it's been widened, it's been shortened, it's been elongated, and I could not go to a hospital and do anything about it because they are co-committers. I have absolutely no feeling or stimulation in my head anymore whatsoever, and this has nothing to do with mental illness or drugs of any kind. This is from me being injured 24/7 and having all of these pieces of shit use this on me, especially Jabin Allstein, the fucking scumbag, and Blair Hardy, and Tyler Lake, and Wooldridge, and they are all conveniently unarrestable. I've been more than proving my crimes against me. O.P.P had me falsely arrested and charged co-conspired with the hospital for what had done to them, and that was also in an attempt to give me a record and so they could justify the crimes against me and get my pictures, my prints, my signature, and everything else they need for this identity theft, for the forgeries, framings, and frauds against me. Right, Spencer Mills, I will not be proven wrong on this, although you have to prove nothing because of your badge. Every single one of you bastards are filth. This is Javen Allstein, the one that hangs out at Ray Ray's and uses this on me. He is a serious fucking crackhead. There's another picture of the goof, even though it's hard to see. Yeah, that's kind of hard to see. Aspen Allstein. Bert Hustler, Maggie Falls, Tyler Lake, Blair Hardy, Bert Hustler. The one in red is Tyler. Maggie Falls, she is the drug trafficker and undercover here in Napanee. So for the lies, the time buying, the cover-ups, the arrest refusals, except for on your victims, having me mentally fucked up constantly by having these pieces of garbage hide on your drugs that you give them while being paid for your crimes against me through you, for you. This is finally finished. You are guilty of murdering a bloodline, O.P.P. You became cops to get away with the crimes that you were committing using your badges, positions. You're lucky identity thefts are legal here in Napanee. You're lucky that sodomy, sex assault is legal. You're lucky that deforming and mutilating is legal and having people cover for you. You're lucky that murder of entire bloodlines for your revenge is legal here in Napanee because your badges and because you were associated to Hells Angels and Banditos through Wooldridge and Hardy, your bosses and co-offenders who you take the orders from. I have no feeling or stimulation in my head anymore in any way, shape, or form. I only feel the spot on the back of my head now, and that's the only spot that I feel on my head. I have no feeling from all the veins and everything else being injured in my head, being burned out, not being able to go to a hospital, not being taken serious. Once again, congratulations to Spencer Mills 14716, to Mike, you scumbag, you homeless piece of shit, or not, you're not a piece of shit because you're homeless, you're just a piece of shit because you're a murdering goof. Also, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, William Waldridge, last known used name possibly William Bill or Delarosable. There's also a Kim Delarosable too, and there's a Brandy also that uses remote narrow monitoring on me as well, and that's probably where they're hiding out down on Water Street at their places as well. I'm 50 years old and I'm being turned to look like a bunch of fucking goof idiots for O.P.P revenge to frame me. To frame me as a sex offender for your benefit? I don't think so. I am no fucking sex offender. I have no criminal history or record. You've done everything against me, O.P.P. You cast your lies against me. You've done everything possible to stop me from showing and talking about what I am showing and talking about and how it is being done on your victims. You've done everything to shut me up. You've taken all my rights, my legal rights, my human rights, my medical rights through your doctors. This is absolutely 100% bullshit. You are guilty of domestic terrorism. And that's the Lenox and Addington County General Hospital. That's a place everybody should be aware of and actually, if possible, to stay away from unless an absolute emergency for your own safety and for your life. Stay away from that hospital by all means because it is a hospital that exists strictly for O.P.P and their cops and to cover their crimes and also to cover their own using their credentials. I have proven it. So, Lenox and Addington Hospital, if you can avoid that place, avoid it at all cost. It is nothing more than just a place to cover up crimes, and the doctors there are very, very seriously dangerous. They've been getting away with too much with O.P.P for so long, they actually believe and think that they are above the law. If Hawkesbury Doctor worked here in Napanee, he'd have competition, and he'd still be going. It's sad that this hospital has so many friggin' people in it, and they are all criminals. Their medical oath means nothing. They don't care about one thing: their boss, Waldridge, is their boss, and money. Your life to these doctors mean nothing. Nothing at all in any way, shape, or form. If you're poor, you're homeless, you're elderly, disabled, your life means nothing to them. They'll be more than willing to give you that injection to help commit suicide, to help kill you off. That's the hospital that you think you know here in Napanee. That's what they're about. That's Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. McGregor. People believe that doctors cannot be killers. Do some research. There's been many serial killer doctors over the years. So, if no more posts, anyway, this is done. So, you got your identity theft on me. After 3 years, I am going to go to the hospital. Even though I said not to go there, I am going to go there and they are going to see the fucking damages they have done to me in person. And then comes finding lawyers, and then comes very, very serious lawsuits against the hospital and against the doctors individually. And then comes the lawsuits, no threats either, against O.P.P and mental health and possibly the town of Napanee, because they are aware of the police crimes here and done nothing and do nothing, either because they're involved or they are scared, knowing that their families will be murdered or trafficked and they will be gotten away with. So they are threats and dangers to society. And this has nothing to do with hate towards cops either. This has to do with cops getting away with very serious crimes, having sex with children, kidnapping, sodomizing victims, identity thefts, ending bloodlines for revenge retaliation with inmates, their lies, their time buying, their cover ups, their arrest refusals, and everything else. My whole right side is completely gone from head to toe, pretty much. I get air going through my body as well every single day, as well as the radiation. And I get that when they're using remote neuro monitoring on me, these bastards, their piss, their urine, and feces go through my body because this acts like a hologram over me, and it can be proven. That's how this shit works. And their feces and urine are going through my body. Conveniently, if you try to get arrest on anybody, the O.P.P doctors or their bosses, Wooldridge or Hardy or Lake or Stein or any of them, you will be surrounded with hands on guns, ready to shoot you to protect them, which protects O.P.P as well, because these people can also implicate others in the crimes that are involved. $300 a day plus their drugs of choice delivered to them. Whether O.P.P has body cameras now or not, that means nothing. They can easily shut them things off, and they're delivering these drugs when through shift changes, and they can have others deliver them for them. So, it's being done through Spencer Mills and Robert Kane. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I hope people see this, and I hope everyone has a good night and a good, safe weekend. Love all, hate none. Watch yourselves, watch your children, and remember this is how they traffic, frame, and murder. There's nothing legal they do here. If you've ever been involved with them, fight it, because it was done under false pretenses and lies, unless they actually did catch you doing something. I have no criminal history or record. The only thing I did was speak of their crimes, and as a result, they tried everything to stop me from what I'm doing and talking about now. So I have been a victim for 3 years going through this. Love all, hate none.